Kareth hung suspended from a high tree branch, motionless like a fragment of shadow pinned against the gray sky. His optical camouflage had been deactivated long ago, not because he chose to, but because he no longer trusted it. Since leaving the swamp, every piece of equipment that had once been an extension of his body had become suspect, like hollow oaths stripped of meaning in a world that did not honor the Yautja code of the hunt. A day passed slowly, heavily, as if time itself were dragged down by the planet's gravity. Karath did not move, did not hunt, did not seek a challenge. He only observed, allowing the dull ache beneath his dark skin to spread, where the bruises from the previous encounter had yet to fade. He did not consider it a defeat. No, Karath did not allow that word to exist within his mind. But he understood that he had withdrawn, and for a Yautja warrior, withdrawal was a fracture in honor that could not be ignored. This planet was unlike any battlefield he had known. It was not merely hostile, it resisted. Karath adjusted his breathing, forcing his heart rate to slow, trying to synchronize himself with the rhythm of wind and leaves. But at the very moment he believed he had accounted for every variable, a primitive mistake occurred, one only hunters who had hunted too long ever made. He forgot that, hunter or not, he was still a living body. A faint vibration traveled through the bark beneath his claws. Not wind, not insects. Karath's nervous system snapped taut, but it was already too late. The branch shuddered violently. Karath launched himself on instinct, claws digging deep into the rough bark, and in the instant he twisted around, the ground below shifted, like a colossal mass of flesh awakening. From a pitch-dark crevice at the base of the tree, a long body slid free, slow but deliberate, its hide layered with biocrystalline growths that reflected the dim light like fractured mirrors. It was not large, barely 4 meters, but the coiling mass carried a weight of threat that required no display. VARR'KEL. Karath recognized it immediately, not by shape, but by the invisible pressure crushing the air around it. The creature resembled a horned, monstrous python, its triangular head widening into layered jaws packed with thick, razor-edged teeth like interlocking steel traps. Its eyes were small, dark, nearly useless, but Karath knew it did not need sight. The VARR'KEL's nervous system sensed air displacement, every movement, every shift in pressure, every breath. Karath did not hesitate. He raised his arm, activated the shoulder-mounted plasma caster, a motion so ingrained it bordered on reflex, and fired. A blue-violet plasma bolt shrieked through the air and struck the VARR'KEL squarely. Instead of piercing, the energy hit the crystalline hide and rebounded. The backlash explosion hurled Karath from the branch. Pain detonated like fire, poured straight into his shoulder and chest, skin searing, the stench of burned flesh mixing with the heavy heat of the air. He slammed into the ground, rolling hard, his breath ripped from his lungs in a guttural roar. The VARR'KEL did not retreat. It charged. Its elongated body lashed sideways like a steel whip, the tail smashing into Karath's ribs with bone-warping force. He felt the dull, wet crack echo through his chest, but before the pain could fully bloom, those jaws swept past his shoulder, biting deep and tearing away a slab of flesh. Karath roared in fury. He rolled clear of the second strike, claws flaring as he lunged at the creature's body. His wrist blades slashed hard, but left only shallow scars across the reflective hide. Blood seeped out, yet it seemed to mean nothing to the beast. They tangled in a vortex of raw violence. The VARR'KEL's tail continued to hammer down, again and again, like a living stone pillar, each impact sending tremors through the ground and cracking the earth beneath them. Karath was thrown aside, rolling through rocks and roots, his flesh torn in multiple places, but he rose again, hunched, mandibles spread wide, releasing a deep, ancient growl, a challenge older than language itself. The VARR'KEL charged once more. This time, Karath did not evade. He tore off his mask and flung it aside, revealing his bare face, razor mandibles bare, dark eyes gleaming with a quiet madness. As the creature opened its jaws, Karath lunged straight into the dead space between them, driving his elbow blade deep into its throat and locking himself in place. His teeth sank in, not biting like a warrior, but like a beast. He clamped down, tearing through the biocrystalline hide with his own jaws, tasting metal and scorching fluid flooding his mouth. The VARR'KEL convulsed violently, its massive body thrashing, slamming into rock and tree trunks, but Karath did not release. He held fast until the long body slowed, then sagged, then fell still. When it was over, Karoth dropped to one knee beside the corpse, his entire body coated in blood and dust, breath ragged and heavy. There was no victorious roar this time.